Our world is no longer in good health. It is suffering. Ever-increasing levels of air, water and plastic pollution are creating a menacing chokehold around our quality of life. We are drowning in a sea of waste. Many of us think that there is little we can do to change it. Is that so? As a company, Corsair's mission is to build and develop effective solutions to these threats. Corsair helps the environment by removing plastic waste and then recycling it, by reducing the number of poisonous particles in the air that you breathe daily, and by cleaning our rivers and oceans from toxic pollution. In addition, Corsair aims to reverse climate change and reduce global poverty, helping those in need. Funded by both private investors and a network of environmentally conscious entrepreneurs called Amplivo, Corsair is here to help save our world. We are asking you to join us and clean our planet from the pollution that is killing it. We are asking you to join the fight so that together we can leave a safer and healthier world to our children and future generations. When we work together, we can make a difference. By being part of the Amplivo network and helping others, you also can earn an income, create wealth, and move towards financial freedom. Interested to know more? We thought so. Let us connect. Corsair, for a cleaner future.
Just a moment. All right. You can see my screen, Rich?
Yep, perfect.
All right. Welcome on the Amplivo weekly call. The topics of today is how do you set your goal setting specific to related to the Amplivo community, the comfort zone and the motivation. So let's start it with the goal. And a lot of people don't have a goal, and we have talked about a lot of this topic as well. But every time I talk to the people, the first question is mostly, what is your goal? Because when you don't have a goal, it's very difficult to walk through your goal. So everything starts with a goal, and what are you willing to do to achieve your goal? And that's also important. A lot of people has a goal in mind, but not willing to do to achieve the goal. So it's very, very important. And the other part is, do you know exactly the steps you must take? A lot of people have the goal in mind, they're willing to do to reach the goal, but they don't know exactly the steps that they must take towards the goal. So that's also very simple. And then when you have the steps and you know exactly what kind of steps you must take, do you have a daily routine for that steps? And what do I mean by that? So let me give you an example. This is like a highway, and this is a very good example. When you go for the first time to a new destination, it's very difficult to have a clue what kind of highway you must have to do to reach your new destination. So what you are doing is, first of all, look what kind of destinations you want to go. Then you type in, maybe for example, the Google Maps, and then you know exactly how you must drive. So you put your things in your area, and the people or the car in just tell you, go to the left, go to the right, go to the direction, etc., etc. So for the first time, it's very, very difficult. But when you drive for the second key, maybe you have also need your Google Maps. But when you do that for the third, the fourth, the fifth time, maybe in the meantime, you don't need Google Maps anymore. So, and when you have reached that point of view, is that you can drive automatically. You don't have to think about how you drive. You know exactly, okay, go to the left, go to the right, etc. And that's also when you want to have your new goal, is also very like Google Maps. You must take the steps, then you get your daily routine on that and make it a daily routine habit. And when you have your daily routine habit, what steps you must do towards your step, it's gonna be automatically. And this picture, I love this, is I won't do it. I can't do it. That's just the first thoughts you have. And then you think about the Google Maps. I want to do it. And then how do I do it? I try to do it. So you drive in your car and you take your first steps and you drive away. And when you have reached your destination, now you can see that I can do it. I will do it. Yes, I did it. And you reach your destination as well. So when we related this on the Amplivo goal, this is a short overview of all the different kinds of bonuses, but it's also what do you want to reach in your destination of Amplivo. That can be reach ranks like uni level or the star ranks, but it can also be subscribe 3 people, 4 people, 10 people, 100 people. It's depending what your goal is. For example, for uni level, you want to reach the junior associate, or maybe the senior associate, or maybe the highest, the senior executive associate. Is that a goal? Then you have your destination. And maybe also for the star ranking, maybe you want to be a 1-star or a 2-star, or maybe a 4-star. And also when you have reached your 4-star or your 3-star or your 1-star, you have also the infinity. So that means that you have extra reward for your dedication to reach your goal from 1-star and above. So this is very, very simple how you can reach your goal. Back over to you, Roger, for the first video.
Okay, if you could stop share for a second there, please.
Yeah, no problem. There you are.
Ask for the job you want. Ask for the salary you want. Ask for the responsibilities you want. Hello, I'm Brian Tracy, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of the most helpful concepts of time and life management. It's called the 80-20 rule. Now, the 80-20 rule is also called the Pareto principle, named after its founder, the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, in 1895. He noticed that people in society seemed to divide naturally into what he called the vital few, or the top 20% in terms of money, property, and influence, and the trivial many, or the bottom 80%. Later he discovered that virtually all economic activity was subject to this same principle, in that 80% of the wealth of Italy during that time was controlled by 20% of the population. We can take Pareto's 80-20 rule and apply it to almost any situation. In particular, we can apply it to goal setting and productivity. According to this principle, 20% of your activities will account for 80% of your results. That means if you have a list of 10 items to accomplish, 2 of those items will turn out to be worth more than the other 8 items put together. The sad fact is that most people procrastinate on the top 10 or 20% of items that are the most valuable and important, the vital few that account for all your success, and instead they busy themselves with the least important 80%, the trivial many that contribute very little or nothing to their success. So here's what you should do in order to effectively apply the 80-20 rule to goal setting and to your overall productivity. First, take a piece of paper and write down 10 goals. Then ask yourself, if you could only accomplish one of the goals on that list today, within 24 hours, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on your life? I ask this question of my clients all over the world. What is your most important goal in life right now? which you need to know, by the way, if you want to be successful. Then pick the second most important goal. What you'll find is that after you complete this exercise, you will have determined the most important 20% of your goals that will help you more than anything else you do. Second, you should work at those goals that you have chosen all the time. You often see people who appear to be busy all day long, but seem to accomplish very little. This is almost always because they're busy working on tasks that are of low value or no value, while they are procrastinating on the one or two activities that can make a real difference to their companies and to their careers. The most valuable tasks you can do each day are often the hardest and most complex, but the payoff and rewards for completing them can be tremendous. They can actually change your whole future. Before you begin work, always ask yourself, is this task in the top 20% of my activities, or is it in the bottom 80%? The rule for this is simple. Resist the temptation to clear up small things first. That's the greatest killer. We become so involved in little things, and little things multiply. They just become more and more, and at the end of the day, you're exhausted and you've accomplished nothing. If you choose to start your day working on low-value tasks, you'll soon develop the habit of always starting and working on low-value tasks. You'll be like the horse that pulls the wheel around in a circle all day, never makes any progress. Finally, I want to tell you about a study that's just been done about the attitudes of rich people versus poor people with regard to goal setting. What they found is that 85% of rich people have one big goal that they work on all the time. Only 3% of poor people have a big goal and they don't work on it very much. So if you want to be wealthy, do what wealthy people do. Pick one big goal and work on it all the time. And if you do, it will change your life. Now, before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a thought to share with your friends and followers. It is this: when your goals are clear, you will come up with exactly the right answer to achieve your goals at exactly the right time. So those are my strategies for applying the 80-20 rule to goal setting. If you haven't seen my other videos about goal setting and increasing your productivity, take a look. Now, I'd love to hear from you, so my question today.
So there you go, guys. That's the 80-20 rule, to go with what Renee said. Now, the next subject which you saw, like you saw a little sneak preview on Renee's actual slide there, was comfort zone, which I believe is the next part coming on. Now, this is the real scary one, guys, but by God, is it fun when you're outside of your comfort zone. So Renee, I pass back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Rog. And also it was a very, very good video of Brian Tracy. And I think the most important thing out of the video was that when you want to reach a goal, pick one big goal and go for it. And I think that's the most important thing of a lot of goal settings, that a lot of people make a lot of different goals, and that's why it's difficult to reach all the goals. So pick on one big goal and go for it. Now we have the comfort zone, and that's a very good part of it. So your comfort zone, and I think a lot of people understand and see a lot of pictures on that on YouTube or Google as well, is that where the magic happens is mostly out of your comfort zone. So in order to achieve your goal, you have to do things that are often outside your comfort zone. And that's why it's so difficult for a lot of people. But most don't want to do that while they are eager to achieve the goals. So what do you need to do to achieve your goals? Reach people. In our case, is that you must have people invited in the business, and that's scary. But let me make a fair, clear overview on that. Is 95% of the people just send messages for the business presentation. Just invite the people to sending a message. Do you want, I have something good for you. I have a new opportunity. Do you want to see? And I want to invite you. And also 95% of the people do the things they do every single day. So that means that they are doing the things in the comfort zone. What is the effect on that? Is that when you want to change your life, you must out of your comfort zone and you must go to the 5% of the people. 5% of the people just calling the people for the business presentation. They have one-on-one conversations and they do things you never done it before. And that's scary. And that's out of the comfort zone. So when you related that to the numbers of the inviting people in the Amplivo business, is that 1 to 3% you reach in the way when you send messages to the people. What I mean by that is that when you invite the people for a business presentation, 1 till 3% of all your people will maybe look at the business presentation. That means that when you send a message to 100 people, maybe 1 or 3 people wants to go for your business presentation, are willing to see that business presentation as well. When you call the people, and that makes really, really sense, 10% of the people wants to join the business presentation. That means that on 100 people, 10 people are willing to look at your presentations. That's 10 times more than when you just send message. And what is the effect? And keep that in mind. What is the effect if people have message all the contacts in just one single day? And I see that before, that people start the business and go to the contact list on the phone, make a message, make a group, and invite 100 people in one day. And they blow up the whole contacts. And then they figure out, I don't have any more people. How can I invite the people? And then you have a problem. So I can't do it, or I can do it. In order to achieve your goal, like invite people, etc., you have to do things that are often outside your comfort zone as well. But most don't want to do it. Well, they're eager to achieve the goals. So all the progress takes place outside of your comfort zone. This is where it started, your own little comfort zone. It's safe, it's trusted, you are in control, little risk, but also a little reward on that. Then you can, when you want to reach the next step, it's a little bit fair. It's easy to influence by others. You have little trust. You think in excuses, negative self-image. Can I do that? I don't know. Reactive. The other comfort zone of the other zone is the learning zone. You learn new skills like this weekly calls. You take on new challenges because you like the new challenges, because now you understand that you can learn new skills as well. You are more focused on problem solving. And you know that now you are being, your comfort zone is on grow, and your comfort zone is expands to the next level as well. And now the next level is the growth level. You're living from your own ship, connected to your passion and your purpose, because now you know exactly what kind of goal you have. You place your goal on the horizon, you see the goal already, and with dedication on the way to your goal, you see that you can reach your goal. And then you are not reactive, but you are proactive, and you do the things to reach the goal even more faster. So I see a lot of people who has fear to come out of the comfort zone, but when the people are going in the learn zone, they have pleasure. And I see that they can measure all the fear they have in the past as well. And now you have an opportunity to grow directly to your goal. So how to create a new habit to master things that you have to do outside of your comfort zone and reach your goals. It's also very important by adopting a new habit and by applying a daily routine that is aligned with your goals as well. What I'm doing, and I use this very, very much, is that success does not come naturally. You have to take action yourself towards your goals. And this is very important. The more action you take, the more reaction you can expect. So the faster you reach your goal as well. This can be a monthly routine. Let's say you start your business in Amplivo and you want to reach in 4 weeks your 1800 goal, as I mentioned before, your junior associate. And maybe you want to reach in month 2 your 4,500 PGV, personal groups volume. And maybe you want to reach in 3 months your 1-star. Some people can do this in a couple of weeks, a couple of months. It's depending how more action you take, the more reaction you get, and the faster you can reach your goal as well. And I think that when you start your business, or when you start to walk through your goal, your first 3 months, your first 90 days is the most important days of your business to reach your goals and to set a new habit as well. So when you take that in a weekly routine, you can do it by this example as well. Is like the Google Maps. When you have to reach a new destination, you have Google Maps. And now you can use this weekly routine to be your Google Maps as well. So this is a weekly schedule: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In the normal days, most of the time, I take my 3-way calls with my upline, or 101, or reach out as much as people and take actions to make and build some relationships. Then the first day in the week is the online business presentations, the OBP, is an online business presentations, and I invite the people on Monday to the online business presentations of Tuesday. That's the same for Wednesday. You can invite the people for Thursday. And then you have 2 days left on the week. Then you can do 3-way calls, reach out to new people, etc., etc. And then you can invite the people and follow up the people who wants to start the business presentations, send them to the weekly, the Amplivo weekly calls. And also some in a while, we have also the corporate update calls. So I know for sure that the more action you get, the more reaction. That's allow you to have more interaction with your new people. And when you have the repetition of that kind of actions, I know for sure that you can reach your goal in the meantime. So how do you reach your people? And I think a lot of people are aware of this opportunity, but it's a little bit overview on that. Is that when you have a warm market, friends, family, etc., colleague, you can make a list of all the people. It's not difficult to make a list. Just make a list. Don't think about, I think it's not good for that person or that person. Just make a list. Invite them for a presentation, because you already know the people. Then when the people are in the presentation, it's very good to follow up a minute. When the business presentation is finished, you can subscribe to people and help people to do the same. This is very, very simple. Make it not complicated. It's just like invite the people for a birthday party or something like that. It's very simple. So what people are doing in the cold market, most of the time, the wrong way. They invite the people directly. They see a new people and directly, oh, do you have time for joining a business presentation? I have a new opportunity for you as well. And most of the time you get a no. The right way in the cold market is first find the right people. So you can find the right people on Facebook, in day of life. You can reach most of the time, every single day, new people. Like LinkedIn, etc. Then it's very, very important that you build a relationship, because you don't know the people. Take your time to build a relationship as of what you already have done in your warm markets. Then you can let them know what you are doing, And when you see that the people have interest in what you are doing, you can then invite for a presentation as well. Then you have to follow up, subscribe, and helping people doing the same. This is very important. These three things: find the right people, build a relationship, let them know what you are doing. And when you are doing that every single day, find the right people, build a relationship, let them know what you are doing. The chance is very, very big that in the meantime, when you build every single day on your warm market, the cold market who wants to become warm market for you as well, is that you build your team structure, you build your relationships, you build friends. And that can be in your own country, that can worldwide, you can do it every single where. So this is very important. So when you are building your relationship, it takes some time, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that you have built a lot of relationships. And then it's more easier when you build your relationships every single day and invite the people where you have take the time, where you have already built your relationship as well. So when you are doing that, building your relationships and invite the people, build your relationships, invite the people, you get a more action every single day. It takes time, but when you are there on that point, you can see that you can invite people every single day. So success does not come naturally. You have to take action yourself towards your goals. And the more action you take, the more reaction, the faster you reach your goal. Back over to you, Raj. For the next video.
Yeah, no, I've got the next video here. Right, next video, guys. And what I wanted to say to you here now is just following on from what Rene is saying here, is life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Okay.
It's a cold and foggy winter morning, and I'm standing on the world's tallest bungee platform. The platform I'm standing on is so tiny that I have to stand on my toes and balance myself against the wind. The operator ties one end of the bungee cord to my ankle and throws the slack in the air. I can feel the weight of the rope on my ankles slowly dragging me down. I look down. All the buildings and roads are buried in heavy fog. There is only one voice in my head: I can't do this. So I turn around and tell them that I want to quit. And then I see a huge quote printed on the glass window right next to me. Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. I don't know why, but this short yet powerful sentence gives me the final push, and before I realize it, I walk straight back to the platform and jump off the world's highest bungee platform. During the 5 seconds of free fall, I remember thinking to myself, it's not as scary as it looks. And that thought led to a whole new world. Every time I hear the voice of fear in my head, I can't leave this job because I'm not going to find anything better. I'm scared of entering a new relationship because I don't want to be hurt again. And even a minute ago, before I walked onto the stage, the voice was repeating in my head. Every time I hear that voice, I take a deep breath and tell myself, it's never as scary as it looks. Let me take you back to the summer of 2007. A remote village in Cambodia, a small room in the Domestic Violence Victim Center. It's my first day of work. I walked into a room and was introduced to an 18-year-old girl. Her name was Chia. Chia was so emotionally and physically abused that she was trembling all the time and she couldn't even look at me in the eyes. And on her face, I saw fear, anxiety, and shame. And that day, Chia refused to take our help and went back to her husband. And in the course of the next few months, she would do that again and again, only come back with more bruises and cuts. Chia knew that she should leave her husband, but she was scared to because she had been married to him since 14, depended on him for survival, and did not know that she could live a life on her own. To help Chia, and thousands of other girls like Chia, I started a vocational skill training program. After 3 months of training, magic happened. Chia regained confidence and dignity, stepped out of the fear of failure, found a new job in a local hotel, and separated with her husband. She started a new chapter of life at the edge of her comfort zone. Chia might be an extreme example, but I can see myself in her, and maybe you can too. What is it that you're not doing because of fear of failure? Finding a new job, starting a new company, or asking someone out for a date? For me, it was the fear of public speaking. Whatever it is, I encourage you to try it because as Chia found, and I found, and I think you will find too, it's never as scary as it looks, and you're stronger and more capable than you thought. The second story is about embracing uncertainty. My friend Zhang lives an extremely comfortable life in Hong Kong. He works from 9 to 5 and receives a very good pay. But he's dispassionate about his job and life, and he's constantly complaining. He has lived his whole life with certainty that the fear of losing what he had is stopping him from pursuing his passion. Until one morning, I got a call from him. Hi, Yubin. I went to a positive psychology class last quarter. Got so inspired, I quit my job today and I'm moving to Australia. You what? What are you going to do with your life? I asked. He said, this is the first time in life that I don't have a plan, and I feel every bit as scared as I'm excited. The next time I saw him was 6 months later. He just got back from Australia, a licensed hypnotherapist. From a trader to a hypnotherapist. I was shocked when I saw him again. His face was pink, eyes glittering, his whole body was just glowing. He is living his dream right now, traveling around the world, giving workshops and therapy sessions for thousands of people to find happiness in life. And as with Chia, I could see myself in Zhang, and maybe you can too. We're all scared of uncertainty. Giving up all you have to pursue a dream that may or may not work out. Loving someone with whole heart without guarantee. It's incredibly hard, but as John found and I found, and I think you will find too, it's never as scary as it looks, and it leads to more possibilities and happiness in life. The last story is about vulnerability, and the last story is about me. My love for my parents is the strongest emotion in my life. But in Asian culture, love is seldom expressed in words. It makes me feel extremely uncomfortable to tell them I love you or to even share my feelings with them. Our daily conversation is a combination of what I had for lunch and what they had for dinner. The word courage came from Latin root cur, which means heart. And the original meaning of courage is to tell the story of who you are with your whole heart. I don't know why I have the courage to stand here today and share my story with you, but I don't have the courage to tell my parents I love you. They raised me with love, so much love. They made me believe I'm worthy of love, not because of what I achieve, but because of who I am. Yet I so desperately want to be this perfect child for them. I share my happiness and achievements and withhold my struggles and failures. And as I'm proud of my achievements, I didn't know that this created a huge emotional gap between us, and we no longer share the joy and pain of each other's life journey. I've been experiencing a tough time recently. A heartbroken ending of a 3-year relationship, many questions about friendship, and deep insecurity about future. A couple of weeks ago, I came back from an exhausting recruiting trip from New York. The moment I walked in my room in darkness, I experienced an emotional breakdown. I called my mom and burst into tears the moment I heard her voice. And for the next hour, and the first time in my life, I shared my struggles with her. And even though she hasn't been with me in this journey for so long, she understands exactly what I've been going through. The feeling of reconnection after so many years is like magic. In the end, I told her I love you. And she said, I love you too. It's the first time, remember, either of us has said that. I didn't expect what felt so uncomfortable previously came so natural and peacefully in the end. I see life as a constant fight against your comfort zone. You push it, it pushes back. What's the fear that's holding you back? What are you not saying or doing because it's outside your comfort zone? I challenge you to find that comfort zone today. Bravely step out of it. And as you get comfortable again, push it even further. Don't try to get rid of fear. Accept that you will be afraid, and then go do it anyway. As the word said, high on the bungee platform, life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. Thank you.
There comes the term living on the edge. Excuse me. Just remember, guys, it is really scary, as that lady is saying there. But you got to remember, when you do it the first time, you know, the heart will be pounding, your hands will be clammy, and it won't feel very comfortable. But then when you've actually gone through, whether it be talking or whatever your situation is at the time, you know, once you've got through the other side, the pure elation of it all to yourself is fantastic. But every time you do it, it just gets easier and easier, and you have to push further and further and further. So hence the words, living on the edge. Renee, I hand back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And also, again, a very, very cute, good video. I've some tears in my eyes because of the emotional, and very, very good. So thank you for that. So I know that success is achievable for everyone. And now we go for the next part is motivation as well. So when you start your business in Amplivo, it's like this way, is 3 months after your entry, your value and your belief are very high. But in the meantime, also your doubts will be increased as well. So your enthusiasm decreases, and the next time is the interest in the company slows down when you go walk through every single month and week. And in the meantime, you see that your belief in the company slows down. The belief that you can achieve your goals are slowing down. And the next is that your doubts gonna be even more. And then some points of you are going back to normal life. And I think that a lot of people are aware of this situation with many goals you have, like stop with smoking, for example. A lot of people are enthusiastic that, yeah, I want to stop with smoking. And in the meantime, yeah, but you figure out excuses, etc., etc. In the meantime, you have tried it, but normally you get back to your life and you do smoking again. And that's also related with when you started with the company, and when you started to reach your goals and walk through your goals. It's very difficult to reach your goals when you do not do the exercises every single day. So your belief gonna be down and down, and your doubts gonna be more increased as well at the same time. So when you reach that time, when you reach more doubt than belief, it's very, very tough to reach your goal. So when you start and look at the break-even point and you start to, for example, team duplication, you can also make new goals. For example, you can go for every Sunday to the Amplivo weekly calls. You can go to the website of Amplivo. You can spread out the word of the plastic waste, and your enthusiasm will be increased when you do the right things every single day. For example, I'm busy every single day with the plastic waste issue, looking for the opportunities to solve the problem worldwide. Talk to a lot of people also in the team, and when I see that the enthusiasm increase also in the team, my enthusiasm will be increased, my belief will going up, my doubt going down, and you also see that your teams are growing, and then you know, all right, I am back on track and I'm doing the things, and I see that we are growing, I see that the teams are growing, I see that the teams are duplicatable. And also, when you see that things works very well in the direction you want to go to your goal, you also see that your belief in what you are doing will be increased. The doubt will be decreased. Your interest in the company goes up. The interest into your goals goes up, etc. You also see that the time and the effort you have done into the business, in the meantime, you see also that your earnings are growing, and that will be even more get belief in what you are doing, that you are doing that in the right way, and your doubt is more decrease. And maybe you visit Thailand. Some of our team members in this call as well have visited Thailand and see the landfills by their own, and see all the mess in Thailand and the solution. And that means that even your enthusiasm will be growth, and you believe that we are doing the good thing. So when you related that, for example, on your goals, we have mentioned before in the first slides, is that you can start your business, and after 3 months, you reach your 1 star. And I think that's a point for everybody. When you reach your 1 star, take a break, have fun, celebrate your goal, and then look forward to the next goal. And I know that when you reach your 1 star, the magic happens, because then you have your star ranking, your matching bonus, your infinity bonus will also be increased. And then that gives trust. And now you know that you can do the same for your team. And then the team duplication will be started. You can go to higher ranks, to the 2 star, maybe a 3 star. And then you get the repetition, the action, the reaction, the interaction, and the repetition is you walk through every single week 2 presentations. You are there on the Amplivo weekly calls. You invite the people in the Telegram to help your team as well. And then you see everything will be grow and grow. And you see that you can reach your goals more faster when you're doing that. So this is my advice for you guys, is that do the things that 95% of the people don't do. So you can achieve the success of the 5% of people who do what others don't. So thank you very much for this short presentation. And we go walk through now for the next and last video as well. Back to you, Roger.
Yes, guys, absolutely fantastic there. But I've got a little video here. It's just a little animated one. And I think it's the way we should think our life, sorry, excuse me, through. So let me just play the video and we'll have a quick short chat just afterwards. Thank you. Just remember, you can do it, but together we can as well. Now, Renee, if you want anything you want to finish up with tonight or today?
No, that's tonight. Yeah. No, this morning. Yeah. No, thank you very much, everybody, to be here on this call, and I'm looking forward to the next week as well, the weekly calls. And I like today as well your enthusiasm, your energy today, Roger. Very good. So thank you very much.
No, fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for being on the call. Thank you for putting up with us. I hope you've learned something out of this. But really, remember, is living on the edge. Living on the edge is the best place to be. I know, Renee, I know there's a lot of people on this call love living on the edge. Okay, so take care, guys. Have a fantastic Sunday, and we'll see you again next week. Take care. Goodbye.